Hey YouTube, this is Ash here again at Flight Sim Reviews, and today I just wanted to do a quick review on Saitek's ProFlight rudder pedal system. I've owned these pedals right here for about a year and a half, and they've been really great. I just wanted to review them for my channel. There's some pros and cons with them that if you're interested in purchasing these pedals that I think you should know, and I just wanted to do a quick review on them. Anyways, once you get them out of the box, of course, you'll get your driver disc, and I would say the only time that that's of any value is if you don't have a good internet connection where you live. And I know that does go on around the world, so us in America, I know probably chuck these things instantly, but of course, if you have bad or spotty internet, the driver disc may be a godsend. So it does include one of those. You get the pedals, the USB cord, and these little plastic pieces that kind of act as a heel rest. They can be removed. You also get some strips of Velcro. You'll notice that I'm doing this review off my desk and actually on my carpet here at my house, and that's because they do have Velcro on the bottom to kind of secure them, and they do work very well. They don't slide around at all. So anyways, let's get started, guys. All that aside, they're great rudder pedals. They've been really long lasting. A couple nice features of them: if you have big or small feet, you can push in right here and of course slide up or down. There's 3 positions, so they fit your feet better. Some people may or may not want to adjust that. It's not like they don't work if they're in the shortest position. It just gives you a little more control over the rudder pedal action. There is a tension adjustment, of course, which if you want more or less tension on the pedals when you move them for the rudder, that will be totally up to you, but it's nice that there's a large range of adjustment. You can pretty much adjust it where you just barely tap them and they'll slide all the way through their range of motion. You can also adjust it so they're pretty heavy and will fight you quite a bit. So anyways, looking at rudder pedals, guys, I just want to explain this to the guys who don't understand what rudder pedals do. Basically, aircraft, you steer with your feet. You'll notice if you like watching YouTube videos of flight crews and so on and so forth, they don't ever touch the yoke if they're taxiing or doing anything like that, because you actually drive the aircraft with your feet. Basically, your rudder and your nose wheel are usually connected, and so you push on the pedal and you pretty much go that direction. Also, if you guys have been using a brake on a joystick in FSX, that's very incorrect. FSX, for whatever reason, if you use a button for the wheel brakes, it just automatically applies like full braking force and locks up the tires, and this can actually cause a lot of problems with add-on aircraft. Some of the stuff I've reviewed. Basically, how you slow down an aircraft is you have what's called a toe brake, and a toe brake, instead of pushing the rudder pedal forward or backwards, you rock the pedal up like so. And what that does is apply the brake on that side. So if we were in a Cessna 172, this would be the left main gear brake. And of course, if you did it on the right pedal, that would be the right main gear brake. Typically, there is not brake discs on the front nose wheel of an aircraft. So yeah, a lot of aircraft actually you need to steer by differential braking. So this allows you to have much better control over your braking and ground handling of your aircraft in FSX. I know a lot of guys use the twist function on their stick and a button, to use a brake, and that's fine, but this does just add a whole nother dimension of realism to the simulator. Also, what I'd like to point out is it's worked great for a year and a half I've had it. It still works great. I'm not real enthused about the build quality. I was really happy with a lot of stuff Saitek has built over the years. My X52 Pro, I have an X45. I've got a lot of past products from them, and to be honest, this did not live up. I know it's a $100 product, but still, for $100, the plastic is very thick, but you can see the build quality if you just kind of rattle the pedals around is not the best. It just seems like they use cheap plastic. These are rubber inserts so your feet don't slip. But just overall, the product looks like it's, I don't know, made out of Tonka toy plastic. I'm sure it's tough and it's lasted me, and there's been a lot of abuse in combat sims, etc. So I don't think it's a problem with durability per se. But you know, when you spend $100 and it's just totally like cheap Tonka toy plastic, it's kind of disappointing. Also, the aluminum thing here is like a sticker. On the sticks, it's actually like a little piece of brushed aluminum. Here, it's just like a sticker or something. I don't know. It's very cheap looking. There's a power LED that tells you when they're plugged in. And of course, this does not light up. It kind of looked like it did on the picture, but it doesn't. The only thing that you know if it's plugged in is that power LED comes on. Also, another knock against it is the cord. It's a standard USB cable, as you would expect, but it's only like 3 or 4 feet long. So, of course, you have this under your feet, under your desk, or in your pro cockpit, and they give you this tiny, tiny, 3 or 4 foot long cable, which may work great if your PC tower is like, right next to you. But, if it's up on a desk or if it's a little ways away, like a standard desk, it won't reach. I mean, there's no way. So I don't know why Saitek decided to just, shortcut the cord. USB cables are super cheap, so there's no excuse that the cord is as short as it is on these. I had to go out and buy a extension USB cable to make it work with my rig, and my rig literally sits like right beside these pedals, and the cable was not long enough. So if you are looking at these pedals, and your PC isn't like right next to them, and I mean, like in this general area over here, make sure you get an extension cable or you won't be playing with your new pedals when you get them, unfortunately. The other thing that I didn't really care for on them is, other than the build quality, is just the overall design. They just really look clunky to me. They look kind of cool in screenshots, but I mean, this plastic on here, guys, I'm sorry, but I mean, this is like, I mean, it doesn't feel like it's going to break or anything, but I mean, you can see if I wiggle it with my hand, the whole thing's flexing. So again, it's $100. There's some other options on the market that are much more expensive from Logitech, and they're actually metal and stuff, and some other manufacturers. So again, this is probably on the cheap side of Rudder pedals, so you could of course say, what do you expect? It was $100. Well, I have some older CH flight pedals. They paid a lot less than $100 for, and they're built like tanks. So they're still plastic, but they're not like Tonka toy garbage pail plastic, which these definitely are. So, anyways, guys, I hope that gave you a good look at the Rudder pedals. I do recommend them. If you, for $100, I don't think you can beat them. I just wouldn't want you to get them home and go, wow, these things really look like they're cheap. Because I don't think you can escape that as much as you would like to. When you get home, I think you'll get them out of the box and be like, wow, this is some cheap plastic and cheap build quality. So they work great. They're super accurate through their range of motion. Having progressive braking, of course, on your differential brakes is fantastic in the simulator. It adds a whole nother level of realism. I think a lot of people think, rudder pedals, I got yaw on my stick, so on and so forth. I'm going to be honest, you are missing a whole dimension of driving the aircraft on the ground or crabbing it in for a crosswind landing, stuff like that. Rudder pedals are going to really add a whole nother dimension. So I do recommend them for the price point. I just don't want you to think, wow, man, these are the best rudder pedals ever for $100. They're great. They work great. They're accurate. They're low cost, but the build quality does leave something to be desired. So anyways, guys, if you like this video, I hope you thumbs up. Please subscribe. As always, I appreciate you watching Flight Sim Reviews. And of course, there'll be many, many more reviews to come. And I always appreciate you watching. Thanks again, guys.